Once upon a time, there were two pirates, Gustav and Isaac. Together they sailed the virtual seas, taking bits and bytes wherever they pleased. They thought it was harmless, 'twas all in good fun. But some took offense and forced them to run. The pirates, they said, were an unsavory breed. And the pirates, they vowed to copy and seed. What they were doing was illegal, they knew, but the two found a way to see their vow through.
Missionary Church of Kopimism, we believe in copying, and that's copying is central and holy in your life. And that the human life is evolving from copying. The cells in your body is copying from the DNA.
I think that its beliefs are important. And I think recognition for them is important.
The two Swedish pirates came up with a plan. They created a church to bypass the ban. The laws for religions are different, you see, and might help the two friends avoid penalty.
The priest have to be silenced, and he cannot witness in a court case.
Thrice times they tried, and at last were accepted. A file-sharing church. Who could have expected?
I spoke to a lawyer, and then she told me that we should copy the words straight from the law book into the application, so it could not be dismissed. So we did that copy, and it was kind of fun that we had to copy.
You know, in some ways, it's a very it could be a very smart move because now it's recognized.
But you may wonder how this church came about. The process is simple and plainly laid out. Religious groups have requirements 3: a board, a purpose, and a community. There must be a board to keep things on track, a panel of members to vouch for the pack. They also must have a purpose to meet, without which a faith is just incomplete. And lastly, of course, this religion must be a collection of people, a community. Kammarkollegiet decides in the land of the Swedes if a prospective church meets all of these needs.
In the best case, it's a smart move to gain protection within the Swedish society.
If you see the file sharing as an act of religious confession to a priest, and the computer is your priest, you should not be able to have evidence of what to do.
No blessing or prayer among their devout, though ceremony this church does not do without. Their rituals are the same as their creed. Control-C, Control-V, just copy and seed.
Rituals are connected to actually possibly life-transforming activities that are considered special and which actually they have a special effect psychologically.
And mantras aren't the only thing they're changing. The church is currently applying for the right to perform marriages, but adherents can forget about the traditional ceremony. There won't be any walking down the aisle. In fact, bride and groom don't even need to be in the same location. The church is going to create a computer program that will allow followers to wed online. All they need to do is hit yes or no, and these marriages are as legally binding as any other.
Yeah, a lot of people have come to us and says, if we want to get married, can we do it? So we felt like, all right, we have to start to apply for it. And of course, we have done some copying as well. So we have copied some parts from the Swedish church and some part from the Jewish traditions and the Muslim and the Hinduism to make it like a remix. And then you have the Kopimism.
To marry is not why this religion began. The pirates just wanted to fight the big man. The virtual market is at a standstill for who owns the product and who pays the bill. But artists create to share from their heart, so it sounds pretty fair to pay for their part. And producers help artists with mass distribution. They too would like pay for their contribution.
The main topic, of course, on copyright today is illegal distribution online. And there's a variety of different attempts to limit the illegal distribution. There are things that are illegal that some religions think should be allowed, but laws still apply. It sort of testifies to the attitude of the hacker, really. You see a system and you try to find ways to use it other than its original intention.
The church is right now in its baby stages. No building, no book, no membership wages. Time will soon tell if it comes up short or if free religion holds up in court. It is agreed this won't be solved in a day, but the Swedish government could have the last say.
Is it a strictly professional disagreement? Do you get along?
Otherwise,